Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope all of you guys are doing well. So, today I'm going to be reviewing the 2006 comedy Accepted, starring Justin Long and Jonah Hill, way before he lost his way and became the big star that he is. It also stars comedian Lewis Black. You've got Blake Lively in this. The actor who plays Shailene Woodley's father in The Secret Life of American Teenagers in this. Uh, uh, John and Joan Cusack's sister is in this. Her name is, I don't know if it's even on here. It doesn't say. I believe her name is Anne Cusack. Um, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Um, who else is in this? Well-known name. Can't remember exact. Oh yeah. I can't remember his name. But if you're a fan of Gotham, the actor who plays the Penguin is in this. And if you've seen what's the movie, Sydney White, or if you've seen the two Michael Bay Turtle films, the actor who's in Sydney White, he also voiced one of the turtles in the Michael Bay versions. He's in this as well. So basically, the film follows Justin Long's character, Bartleby, who pretty much doesn't get accepted to any college. And he knows how his dad is. His dad wants him to have a really good career like he did, or education like he did. And the fact that he wasn't accepted anywhere, kind of makes him desperate to the point where he creates his own college known as South Harmon Institution of Technology. Now, there is a Harmon Institution of Technology school, but he decides to come up with the sister of it, and it's abbreviated as, shit. Um, Even Jonah Hill's like, you do realize it's shit, SHIT. And Justin Long kind of realizes that, but kind of still has to go along with it. So he does help his friends out. Two of his friends you find, or actually three of his friends you find out, didn't get accepted anywhere. So they all end up coming together, taking this old, rundown psychiatric facility and turning it into a college. Of course, they need a dean because, as you know, his dad kind of starts to become curious. So they have to create a website, an acceptance letter. He tries to do everything he can to really, show that, hey, there is a college, I did get accepted. But of course, now the parents want to go to the school, they want to meet the dean. So they get Lewis Black. His character is Jonah Hill's. He plays the character of Jonah Hill's. No, let me rephrase that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. He is the uncle to Jonah Hill's character. Basically, that's what I was trying to say. Man, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I apologize. I've been up early. So, they get him to kind of play the dean, so that way, they can, kind of play it off to his parents. And the next thing you know, we find out there's other kids out there, high school graduates who didn't get accepted anywhere. And for some weird reason, the website was able to go public. The acceptance letter got to everybody, and then they started to realize, you know what? Bartleby was supposed to tell them that, this wasn't even supposed to happen. But then he realized that everybody got rejected. So they decided to come up with their own thing. And to put it in better terms, it's basically they're the teachers. They're learning on a way that they're able to. And that's, kind of what YouTube does. It helps people learn things that you really don't need a college education for. It's basically like learning for free, as it should be. Excuse me. So, while this is all going on, he does have this love interest, which is played by Blake Lively. They're like, excuse me, friends that grew up with each other, and of course, the Bartleby does like her and stuff like that. And then, of course, the college that Jonah Hill goes to, is Harmon Institute of Technology. They are like a almost like a prestige school, very preppy, and one of the guys there who's like the douchebag, the bully, the what's the term I'm looking for? The typical bully type character that we see in other movies. There's another term for it, but I can't remember exactly. And of course, that character dates Blake Lively, and yeah, there's just all this stuff going on, and yeah, it's a fun one. Jonah Hill's character kind of tries to tell Bartleby, like, no, this is crazy. It's just gonna get worse, and just some of the random things that go on between Jonah Hill. It's just the things he said. He ends up saying in the film are just hilarious. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a fun one. It's not one I hear people talk about. I find it to be underrated. It truly is. When you watch this, it's just you just have a good time. You get to see a lot of familiar faces from other things, and I wish it was talked about a lot more. But unfortunately, it's not. I think it has grown a little following since its release because I don't think it did too well. But I remember when this first came out, and it was one I wanted to see in theaters, but never got the opportunity to. Um, but it's great to see Jonah Hill before everything. This is really, I wouldn't say it's his very first film. But this is like the first thing that got him eventually got started into becoming a big name, basically. I didn't even know who Jonah Hill was. Then when this came out, and then I started seeing him in other things, I'm like, oh, okay, this kid seemed pretty cool. And now look at him now. I mean, he lost all his weight, has become a really big name for himself. So that's kudos to him. That is awesome. And Blake Lively, to see her before, marrying Ryan Reynolds and having children, and earlier in her career, yeah, it's pretty fun. Um, Now, what's great about this Blu-ray release, other than it's a Mill Creek release, which is cool that Mill Creek releases a lot of films you probably wouldn't expect, I like the fact that we do get special features, because that was my biggest thing. I know Mill Creek has had the knack of releasing Blu-rays with no features, like bare bones, so to get features on this, I thought was awesome. You do get deleted scenes, gag reel, rejection, the making of Accepted, Adams Accepted Chronicles, audio commentary, Easter egg, which I definitely need to check out, and campus tour. So I believe these are the features that were on the DVD that were carried over. But this is one of those, what I like to consider a holy grail. It's one of those movies I remember coming out on Blu-ray. Price was way more than I wanted to pay, and I try not to pay full price anymore on stuff. I wait for them to go down in price. But this one eventually went down to around like the $8 to $10 mark. So that's, to me, pretty affordable. And you will see this in a collection update. But yeah, it was great to revisit this film, and definitely one of my all-time favorites. And yeah, very happy that it got a Blu-ray release. I think the Blu-ray came out in 2021, so only a couple years ago. So definitely keep an eye out on eBay for titles that may have come out the last couple of years, and see if they went down in price. Because to me, I feel like it's worth it than paying the full price. It depends on the film too, because a lot of titles do tend to go out of print, and those that are still in print, you would think they would go up a little bit more in price because there's a demand for it. Because I have come across films like that, but not so much. But for the fact that that was around the $8 to $10 mark, I think it was definitely reasonable to pick up. And yeah, there's a lot. This year alone has been a great year for films. I will state that. I mean, Scream Factory just announced their October slate, and we're getting 4K releases of Death Becomes Her, which is cool. And I kind of kicked myself in the ass on that one because I just bought the Blu-ray sometime at the beginning of this year, and now it's getting a 4K release. My favorite film of all time, shocker, is finally getting a 4K release. Um, so that's pretty cool. That might be an upgrade worth getting. And then they, announced, I think, Land of the Dead is getting a 4K release, which is pretty cool. And then I believe that, what is it? It's that horror film. something below, something above. I can't remember exactly what it is. You got it's deals with like the catalyst. What are they called? Not a catalyst. It's like that little like tunnel with all the skulls and stuff. It's like a really creepy found footage type of horror film. I think down below, something above. I don't know, but that's getting a collector's edition Blu-ray. I think it is available on Blu-ray, but Scream Factory is doing one. And then Drag Me to Hell's getting a 4K release, and they just released that on Blu-ray. So I'm glad I held off on some titles, but there are titles I want to upgrade. So I'm hoping that I can really start, increasing my sales on eBay, clear out a lot of what I have. And I really don't have to buy inventory because the way I see it is if I can upgrade a title, I can just list that old format I have onto eBay. So it kind of works out. Um, so if you guys are interested in my eBay store, I will put the link down in the description below. I'm still listing like every day as much as I can, kind of starting, over slightly a little bit, just kind of changing some things. Basically, that's what it is. But thank you guys for tuning in to my review for Accepted. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below what your thoughts are, and yeah. With that being said, also I want to mention that I still have a giveaway going on. It's for digital codes. I'm giving away the digital code to The Crow and Apollo 13. The contest will run until this Friday. It'll end at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. It also depends on how many. As of right now, I think I have like 3 entries. If I don't get enough entries, I may cancel it because it would be extremely difficult to raffle off you know, two digital codes to 3 people. I think the contest would be kind of pointless at that point if I don't make enough people, or if I don't get enough entries. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm still tired, so I apologize. So I may hold off on those and maybe get a few more prizes and add that and make it just slightly a little bit bigger. There is that possibility, and that would help with the eBay sales too. Take some of those funds and buy something to give away for you guys, until I can get back up on my feet. I got an appointment a week from Thursday, so let's hope by my birthday, which is in October, I'll be able to know what's going on. But thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about the rambling on. I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, we will talk films. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.